This matchup was one of the best at LAN for sure. I was able to catch this one pretty much all the way through. So I have seen this before live. And game one was pretty crazy from a certain individual. I'm sure you're all aware. If you watch this live, you know who I'm talking about. Tectomic, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I do appreciate that. Now, I got a chance to talk to some of the Flipside management and all the Flipside players before the LAN actually happened. And they told me that double commits are happening for Flipside this season. Pretty much because Yukio's really fast. Like, Yukio sees the ball and he's like, yeah, I can get there first. And then Mystic or Cux will underestimate how quickly Yukio can get there. And they think it's their ball as well. So pretty much everybody getting surprised by Yukio's speed, including his own teammates, which is not ideal. He did really pop off this LAN. Yukio and I'd say Rizzo as well were the two players on this field that very, very much impressed me. Cheers Darden7 for the Prime sub, by the way, and 150 bits from Radiuson. I appreciate that. Glad you're liking the content, buddy. Yeah, early start from both teams, pretty solid stuff. A couple of double commits from Flipside, but nothing too bad. And the Flipside have been picking good angles with their clears. Mystic and Cux both refusing to get dunked on, which is very good stuff. This is, I think, the first bad clear for Flipside, and Rizzo puts it in. I'm not sure if Mystic could have saved this, but Yukio kind of panicked there. He thought he might get pounced on by somebody. Now, it looks like Mystic was stretching his neck out for that one already. Good placement by Rizzo. Very good shooting. Now it lets you use your PayPal balance to sub. Prox, of course, yeah. You're upgrading sub instead of subbing. Oh, okay. Huh. I'm not sure, actually, mate. I'm not sure. Cux has not beaten Kronovi on LAN. How many times have Cux and Kronovi played on LAN? I know that Kronovi beat Cux on LAN twice in Season 1, but did they play? Yeah, they did actually play one other time, I believe, in a DreamHack Atlanta event. Kronovi won all 3 of those matchups. It's hardly, like, I don't know if that's, like, a worthwhile statistic, really. So Rizzo with a tap in here. I'm not sure if Rizzo stuck around for this or if he was still recovering. No, he definitely stuck around for that. So that's smart play by Rizzo. He could have rotated back, but he waited to see where the 50-50 would go. There's always a chance it goes into the box. So really good positioning there. Katro, thanks for the 6-month in a row tier 1. And Tree's running, thanks for 3-month in a row tier 1. Appreciate the resubs, guys. And that's some really good passing by G2. Kronovi could have done better with this.
Stop laughing at your bronze versus bot videos, and I was wondering if you were going to do another.
I would love to do another bronze versus bot video, but the problem is, it's hard to find like legitimate bronze players. Like, there's plenty of people who message me and say, hey, I'm bronze, let me play on your stream. And I'm like, well, is he really bronze? Oh, look at this assist, by the way, by Crow. This is sick. Or no, goal, rather. That's such a sick goal. Reminiscent of Chicago's goal that also happened in, I think it was the matchup versus Tainted Minds earlier in the day, where you got multiple recoveries right in the back wall. You could use your GF. Yeah, my girlfriend would probably lose to the rookie bot. We could do that. That would work. You missed a few minutes because I didn't ping on Discord. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, it's like messaging on Discord that I'm live is just not something that I'm used to doing. Look at that shot by Rizzo. That's so well played. G2 are really popping off right now. Hat trick for Rizzo. Fantastic shot. Cuxer went up. I think he decided to not go for it though because he was going to miss. And Yukio Mystic, we're not expecting that one. Complete new player. Mark's played like 4 games. Yeah, that's an idea, actually. I could just get one of my friends who doesn't even play Rocket League to play. I'll commentate them. So yeah, so far, game 1, multiple double commits for Flipside, which is one of their biggest weaknesses. Just mostly involving Yukio, because he can actually get to the ball fast enough to win the race. But his teammates, Mystic and Cux, not quite anticipating his speed. Can I do C9 versus Flipside as well? Yeah, I'll probably do that series. That was a great series. Did Cux get a bump here? Yeah, he did. I think Cux bumped Kronovi there. Kronovi would have easily saved that. So really nice bump by Cux. That's something I think that Flipside could do a lot more, is bumping plays. Like Cloud9 were definitely a team who were bringing bumping plays to the next level this LAN. And it really showed. And not only this one, but Universal Open as well, which Gimmick and Squishy won. They were really going for a lot of bump plays very successfully. Didn't see F3 double committing so much in league play. They do double. No, they did double commit a fair bit. Good pre-jump save there by Kronovi. It's pretty much because there's a clash of play styles a little bit. Kux likes to play very slow, controlled. Well, when I say very slow, I mean slow compared to Yukio. Yukio just wants to play a billion miles an hour all the time. So a really good save there by Kronovi. I could hear myself and a few others chanting, "What a save there!" But yeah, great start for G2. Couple of big challenge wins early on, and Rizzo's poaching got them in the front. And 2 huge solo plays, one by Rizzo or one by Kronovi and one by Rizzo, really sealed this one. Put it beyond, like, you know, realistic comeback potential. Still no real panic for Flipside at this point. I remember I was watching this with the Flipside management. They were at the front row as well watching this, and they weren't like too worried. You know, go 1-0 down, no big deal. Flipside are pretty good at coming back in series. In fact, they lose a lot of game 1s, a lot of game 2s. Like, going down by 1 or 2 is not a problem for them. Who would be your 2 best RLCS out of Complexity, Fnatic, Savage, or Red Reserve? Based on like current form, you'd have to go for the RLRS teams. Like last night, the 2 RLRS teams made it into RLCS for North America. So I could see the same thing happening in Europe. I think the Europe's RLRS teams are better than North America's RLRS teams. And although Europe's RLCS teams are also better, like Complexity and Fnatic have been very shaky this season, and recently as well. Kux was looking for the pinch there. That's foreshadowing of what's come later. Decent little flick there by Mystic, but JNaps out of the game. Whoa, Mr. Guppo, 7 extra 20 quid, and no message, but if you missed a message there, if you meant to send me one, just write it in chat. You don't need to donate again. The chat's like moving slow enough today that I should be able to catch it. And Banjo Min LVG, thank you for the Prime sub as well. I think I'm up to date on alerts so far. Yeah, I think don't G2 help them. Yeah, Kronovi on gold this. Yeah, I remember that. Kronovi just owned goals for the 0 second, I think. Might have got bumped, but yeah, they didn't really care. Oh, it wasn't. It was JNaps. Yeah, it was JNaps. I'm not sure if Kuxer bumped him, but either way, easy win for G2. You have to say, you know, the comeback, although Flipside started to put some goals in at the end, it didn't really look that threatening. It was all G2 all the way.
Mystic and Yukio, definitely a great support asset for him, and they need to pick things up a little bit here. Yukio, big in the final season.
Yeah, Red Chat is a streamer thing, I believe. Or is it a better Twitch TV thing where I can see everybody who writes at Johnny Boy, the chat appears red? Not a good clear there by JNaps. Hold on, I want to see this again, actually. No, I'm trying not to rewind too much. JNaps is just completely out of boost here. Yeah, he's trying to go into the corner for boost. He should probably just wait because he's not got a chance to win the race to this ball. Maybe he thought that he could get there, but he couldn't quite. A little bit of boost start. How's my time in America? Thanks for 27 months in a row to Twitch Prime Vapor GB. It was good. I liked it.
How was your time in America?
I really liked it. I would love to go back to Las Vegas. It was a really cool place to be. I've said before on my stream, but one of my favorite things about it was that it was not like an hour or an hour and a half Uber from the airport to my hotel. So at least when you arrive, you're there. You know, you don't have to go on another huge section of your trip. It's just nice. It's a nice size. Like Las Vegas is exactly the same size almost as the city I live in, Glasgow in Scotland. Roughly the same size, both pretty small cities, which I do like. I remember this. I think there was just a clean whiff at the near post here. Yukio tries to trap this and he just missed. So Yukio was looking shaky at this point. Multiple double commits. And that whiff, bad start for Yukio. And unbeknown to most people at this point, Yukio is actually the player on Flipside who had the most impressive boot camp performances. So they were really looking to him to step up, and that's another really bad bit of defending by Flipside. They got so lucky there. Both Kux and Yukio not ready to contest that ball. Mr. Mayhem, thank you for 16 months in a row with Tier 1. Welcome back. Kux looking for a double off the ceiling here. Gets it. Both teams actually awkwardly positioning on the goal line, has to be said. They're not staying as far back as possible. When you look at teams like Dignitas, when you look at teams like Cloud9 later on in this tournament, they were rarely caught out of position in defense, especially Torment. And outside of the grand final, you know, Turbo Pulsar as well. They're very good at just staying far back enough that nothing goes over their head. Nothing puts them on the back foot. Whereas you look at both these teams, there's a lot of times where the ball's over the head of the last defender, and they're looking a bit awkward, which is not what you want. Mystic ceiling, looking for the ceiling shot clear. It's a good block by JNAPS actually. It's been quite easy to get faked there. Hey, what up, you knowing knows. What do I think of Edinburgh? It's like the unworthy to be the capital city of Scotland, of course. Glasgow's the real capital. It's speed by Yukio. JNAPS this time is far back enough as the last man, and just about the same could be said for Cuxer. Oh dear. Okay, that could have been risky. Like, these sort of passing plays. Oh. I'll rewind one more time to tell you why this could be risky. So, right now, if Yukio comes out of net to intercept this pass, this could be really, really bad news. But, you know, Rizzo might be betting on that not happening. So Yukio is going for boost in the corner. It's touch and go, though. Like passing an infield pass to your last man is super, super risky in 3v3. Super risky to infield pass to your last man. In general, you don't really want to be doing that. And, you know, it can work on occasion, but it can also get you in a lot of trouble. What I do like about that pass, though, from Rizzo, like the one thing that it did have going for it, is that he didn't infield pass towards the flip side goal. If you're going to infield pass towards your last man, hit it like a back pass, not like an infield pass. Like, actually back pass it. Nice little suicide there at the end. Cheers, Ratfar by the for the rather 4 month in a row prime sub. Much appreciated. Yukio's super aggressive there in the corner. It's you know, it's something that the Chiefs love to do, but I'm not sure if I'm sold on this strategy quite yet. You know, really forcing challenges in the opposition corner. I do wonder if that's going to be as popular of a thing in the future of competitive Rocket League. Mystic wishes he had more boost right now. He really does. Slushy Tub, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Oof. Very awkward position here. Well done by Yukio this time. And Rike, thank you for the 7 months in a row tier 1 as well. I appreciate that. Oh, I forgot. I think I actually have some new YouTube members. I should probably say thank you to them at the start of some segment of a video. But yeah, Danes captures Nathan Allen, MK or Mr. KR Demon, and Chironic. Thank you all for joining my YouTube channel. You're all far too kind. Very nice of you. Yeah, Flipside are really pressuring in the G2 corner. It's a bit risky to do this, you know, to commit multiple members to the offensive corner. Oh, that's a huge miss though by was it? I think it was Kronovi. Yukio's had a panicked start to this series. It was later in the tournament where he really started to perform very well. This was a nervous beginning. You saw a lot of times this game when he doesn't have vision of the opposing challenger, the opposing team's challenging player, he would default to hitting the ball like as early as possible, just get rid of it kind of thing. But the danger of that is if nobody challenges you, you've probably just passed the ball to the other team. So Yukio could have done a better job in this game, or this series so far, looking around, like trying to really quickly throw. I think he uses Q and E for to look around with his camera because he's a keyboard player. So he uses Q to look left and E to look right. He needs to use those a little bit more though. Nice pass there by Cox. This looks like it was just a G2 all in at the end of the game to try and look for the equalizer, which is fair. The names at the top right are broken because the tournament client, for some reason, it left. Yeah, you see Chaussette and Fruity and Mystic are all up there at the top right. I don't know what's really going on there, but It was a tournament client. It was a bug with a tournament client. It thought that the PSG players were still in the game. I think it's because all these players are playing on the same accounts. Whenever they go on stage, they set up the default account to have their name, their car, that kind of thing. But although they changed the name that we can see, the actual game didn't change it. I'm remembering back to that really good passing play. It was a bit risky starting, but finished very strongly for G2. Oh, how does that go in? How does this go in? It's a good finish. But this shouldn't go in. That should be... Yeah, Mystic's just a bit out of position there. Really, really nice, though. I think, like, we need to point out here the first touch and what makes it so good. Look at that. Horizo, he didn't front flip there. He diagonal flipped so he could kind of keep boosting towards the ball throughout his entire flip. That kept him right next to it, getting more and more touches. Really, really good stuff. Should probably be saved, though, or it shouldn't be going in that easily. Back post, wide open yet again for flip side. Ball goes over the head of the last defender. It's been happening quite a lot this series. What happened to Flores? Does he still play? I think Flores still plays like every now and then, but nowhere near as much as he used to. Not sure what his plans are right now. Yeah, Rizzo by far the best player in the field at the moment. JNaps has been very quiet. This has been known to happen in the past when... Oh, Kurnovi helping Flipside a little bit there. Oh, Kurnovi almost helped, or JNaps helped.
Hello, fellow Big O's brother. Hooray for Cloud9 bringing it home.
Now a double tap chance. He gets the center ball. And a beautiful touch.
Oh my goodness, that could have been a disaster. JNaps still had a little bit of boost in the tank to adjust. That could have been awful if they got the pass from Kurnovi, then the own goal from JNaps. Nice control there by Mystic. He's baiting in the challenge in the corner. He's perfectly happy to let that occur. Steve, thanks for the 7 months in a row of Tier 1. Hooray for Cloud9. Yeah, exactly, man. The Anyone But Dig fan club are delighted about Cloud9's win. So things like this is why director camera is not ideal. Let me just back this up a little bit. So Rizzo right now, after making this touch, I guarantee you ball cam is currently off. And then he's just driving across the goal line looking for the final flipside defender, who is Cuxer. And if he gets a bump or a demo into Cuxer, it's an open net. But yeah, he missed the demo. But from from the stream's perspective, it looks like Rizzo's just driving around. And like the director camera doesn't tell the full story. It's definitely not the full, I think, or the final product as far as Rocket League spectating goes. The reason why they leave ball cam fixed on for director camera is because apparently new players get confused when the camera is constantly changing direction. So there definitely needs to be a medium somewhere there. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be something in the middle of those two things, because they both have positives and negatives. Here comes Cuxer, bar down, why not? Cuxer always the accurate striker. It's a good try by JNaps, actually. If that shot wasn't perfect, he might have had a touch on it. Isaiah, cheers for 100 bits. First time you're going to be here for Marbles. We're going to do that right after this. Shot set. The name tag at the top right, of course, getting it a bit wrong again. I don't know if I finished my train of thought earlier. I was going to say... Oh, that's a pretty insane pinch. I was going to say, why is it that whenever somebody else steps up for G2, JNaps doesn't, like, also step up? Has there ever been a time where... I guess the E-League Grand Final where they won a LAN, that was probably the best that we've seen from them as a team, with DreamHack Leipzig being a close second. Good shot by Mystic, actually. But you, as a G2 fan, the thing you really want to see, JNaps just whiffed this. The thing you really want to see is JNaps showing up at the same time as, like this, where Rizzo is popping off. When Rizzo's popping off, you need JNaps to be also, like, showing up big. You gotta stop spamming the follow age command. It's got a cooldown. That feeder James, thank you for the tier 1 sub. You still feeding? in League of Legends, presumably.
Is gonna get that boost steal as
It's something to do with the rotation. They get one person to do all the work, and the other two players support. Very nice pass here by Kronovi.
The exact same thing back the other way. Just Kronovi, a perfect challenge.
This is so risky. Like, look at. Let's back this up, and we'll explain why this is. This is like the perfect illustration of like why contesting in the corner could be so risky. Like Yukio misses, and bam, suddenly you just got an open net. Like Flipside have got to try and play that a little bit less all in. Like Mystic has to be ready for Yukio to miss this. Even though you want to trust your teammates in 3v3, you also need an element of like lack of trust, I would say. Like if Yukio does hit that ball into the crossbar, yes, Mystic would like to be there to rebound it. However, if he misses, they just straight up concede if he's not turning around and ready to run back. So when you're winning 2-1, which of those things do you think is better, right? Are you going to gamble on the goal scoring opportunity, or do you just play it safe and try and hold on to your 2-1 lead? I think playing it safe would have been smarter there. The turnaround for Mystic, give Kux and Yukio a chance to get back into the game. Swift Little Eagle, thanks for 27 months in a row. Nice little block there by Kux.
My boy, we've just had our third baby. They butterfly up so fast.
Third baby. You got to leave a gap between these. Very nice challenge here by Yukio. That's something I expect to see more of in the future of Rocket League as well. Is when people go for 50-50s on the wall these days, you'll see them dodging off the wall. That's so lucky for Flipside that no one's there. But I wouldn't be surprised if in the future you see people jumping off the wall, just using a single jump for the 50-50, and then after the 50-50s happen, dodging back onto the wall. That's an open net miss for Yukio, by the way. That was a wide open net miss. I think it was, at least. Let's back it up. Yeah, Kronovi just passed it to Yukio. Wide open net. Bar. NJK Bucket So too. Thank you for the prime sub, by the way. I appreciate that. How do you get so many views? What are your keys for keyboard and mouse? Maybe that's the reason. Maybe I have special keys for keyboard and mouse. That's where I get the views. See, we almost saw that kind of philosophy there from Kronovi. It was jumping off the wall, dodging back onto the wall. Really, you get super fast recoveries when you dodge onto the wall because you land 3/4 of the way through your dodge. When you dodge sideways on the ground, you need to make the full rotation before you land. If you dodge onto the wall, you only have to make a 3/4 rotation before you land. So you get these super fast recoveries, and you can take people out of the game. But yeah, G2 did a pretty good Flipside impression there, just sending everybody up and conceding. We'll have to go take another look at this because I was talking about something else as it happened. We'll go straight into game 4 after this. Yeah, take a look here. So JNaps and Kronovi both went for this boost in the corner. Neither JNaps got it and the ball, and now Kronovi and Rizzo are both behind him. But why this touch comes in here from Kronovi, I just don't know. This is a touch he should just leave. You know, like watch this ball. If this happens, you're second man, and you've got an uncomfortable touch, just leave it. What's the danger of letting this roll around the corner? There really isn't one. Like Rizzo's back, he's got the goal covered. You can just rotate in behind him. So even if he's not able to clear it, you're backing him up. Like going for touches like this cause so many goals in the wrong direction in 3v3. In ranked games especially, people just don't let the ball go past them. They think, well, I better hit this ball because I can. No, just don't. It's not on target. It's not going to result in a goal immediately. Let it go around to your third. Just leave this. And then Rizzo, look where Rizzo is. He would have easily had that. He had a much, much easier clear. But instead, Kronovi's touch, it didn't just bring Kuxer into the game, but it took Rizzo out of the game. So it's bad for 2 reasons. It's a really, really, really bad decision there by Kronovi to go for that one. The reason I bring it up is because it's one of the cardinal sins of 3v3 ranked, is stretching out to just barely touch a ball as it's going past you, and all you end up doing is redirecting it into your own half, taking a teammate out of the game. Yukio looking for a double here. He probably should have scored that. Like, boost or not, I think Yukio should have. He'll be disappointed. If he pointed the nose of his car down here rather than staying sideways, he might have been able to reach this. Like, look what would have happened if he angled his car like this, straight up and down. That could be a goal. Or at least a very, very tough shot to save. Can I lend you some views? Nah, I've got none spare, man. Got none spare. I like you just said it twice. Please don't one man spam.
Flipside does not let off the gas very easily. A big miss, and that's free pressure for F3.
Man, Coxer loves just banging the ball into the corner. He loves doing this. He gets so many goals from it as well. He just bangs the ball into the corner, then chases after it. Oh, go on, doink it. Oh, wanted the speedy doink there. Can you lend me some view? Do you think double flip resets are going to come in RLCS? It's possible. It is possible. I mean, we've seen ceiling shots. We've seen flip resets. We've seen pinches. We've seen, like, team pinches. We've seen very, very high-level mechanical stuff. I'm pretty sure we've seen air dribble dunks at this point. Not sure we've seen a real, like, one-on-one air dribble dunk in RLCS, because it's quite rare in 3v3. I would love to see an air dribble dunk in a heads-up situation. Imagine, one-on-one air dribble dunk to get the win. That'd be huge. Good recovery here by Crow. Just a small thing, but something you guys can add to your game is, like, if you jump up and you get beaten to the ball, or you realize that you're gonna, need to head back down for whatever reason you've missed, why not point your car down and boost into the ground? It doesn't save like a huge amount of time, but it saves a little bit of time, and it can be the difference between recovering in time to make a difference, or not being there. Oh, not sure why JNaps went to the left here. Let's see what JNaps is thinking here. So the flick over the top. JNaps gets the cut past Mystic. Why not just continue going infield here? Well, like, turning does not seem like a good idea. I think maybe he just miscontrolled this. Because, yeah, turning to the left. Maybe he, or turning to the right. Maybe he thought Yukio was closer, and he thought he needed to turn around him as well. But yeah, continuing to go infield with that one left a lot more options, I think. They're just going for a solo play himself, utilizing the infield pass. Going for a mind game. Am I wearing merch? I'm wearing Marble Monday merch. Can you guys see this? I don't have my OBS visible. Yeah, I got this gifted to me by a lovely lovely man at RLCS. He said he gave me he had 3 t-shirts. A Marble Monday one, a You Beamed It one, and an Oh My Days one, which apparently is not a phrase that you guys use in America. Nice recovery there by JNaps, like that. One thing I was curious about recently is, where did this notion come from that Cloud9 invented infield passing? I love it. Yukio's just doing his best gimmick impression here. This is something Gimmick always does. Like, look at where Yukio is. He just just like going around stealing the boost, going for demos like way out of position. It's so annoying. He just like and if Coxer's pass is better here, that's just a goal. Just because a random demo occurs. Gimmick is so good at that for Cloud9. Yeah, back to my other Cloud9 point. Why do, like, I've heard so many casters say this, that Cloud9 like invented infield passing, or like popularized it. Like, infield passes have been happening since before Cloud9 were even a team. Where on earth did this idea come from? Yeah, they're good at it, but they far from popularized it. Next time I hear that, I'm gonna be tilted. I don't even think it's Cloud9's like main way to, like, Cloud9 don't even infield pass that often. It's like that's not even their favorite way to set up shots. They do it every now and then, but like Dignitas do it way more than they do, and way better than they do as well. Oh, what a shot by Rizzo! That is a banger. This is a perfect illustration of why passing out of defense can be so strong. Right, so let's back this up and take a look at this touch from JNaps. So it's very tempting in this position. I'm sure that you've all been here, where the ball's high up on the back wall and you're like thinking, I'm going to smash this as hard as I can, maybe I'll score, maybe I'll hit the opposing team's back wall. Definitely getting it into their half. Profit. But even better sometimes is just hitting it not straight down, but just, you know, diagonally down into the corner. Because if one of your teammates can, like, be first to the ball there, which is likely, because this is a position where your team are going to be, not the opposition, then you can actually get crazy passing plays out of defense. This isn't even a particularly, like, good pass in general. It's fantastic here because Rizzo's super wide and away from the wall, but you can actually hit this like closer to the wall. You can hit it more like down towards the boost in your corner, and then straight away, bang, shot from one of your teammates, and it's going to reach the enemy team's goal faster and in a more like difficult to defend angle than if you just take the shot off the back wall yourself. A lot of the time. Squishy invented ceiling shots, Lamau. I don't know who invented ceiling shots. I don't know who the first one was. Yeah, here we go. Another pass out of defense attempt for G2. Look how effective that is. And there was actually a crossfield pass to Kronovi available as well. This is, you know, another pro tip for ranked 3v3 is pass the ball out of defense. Instead of just trying to hit the ball as hard as you can away from your goal in the general direction of the other team's goal, why not hit it as hard as you can in front of one of your teammates? Then they can hit it as hard as they can, and it's going to go much, much harder than if you just tried to do it by yourself. C9 invented me. Yes. Yes. Did you expect C9 to beat Dig twice? No, I don't think anybody expected them to beat Dig twice. I'm very happy for them, though. It was an awesome series. Oh, that's a huge chance now. Mystics trying to go for the run here. Good block by Rizzo. He had to stop that one as early as possible. The best thing that the best thing that Rizzo could do for Kronovi there was just get a challenge in as early as possible. More shenanigans by Mystic here. Double fake. Yukio pre-jump. Actually got a shot on target, I think. Not bad. So Rizzo saving that shot, but it was smart because a flipside defender would have saved it if he didn't. And that just hit the post from JNaps. So JNaps not shooting accurately today. He's hit the bar, he's hit the post. He's hit a couple of goals, but not as many as you'd expect a player of his caliber. It's really been the Rizzo show for G2, which I was surprised to see. I didn't think that Rizzo would play this well. He played really, really well. Wobbly Wazik, thanks for the 4-month tier 1. I appreciate that. Saved by the keeper. Oh, here's the Let's Go team name chance once again. Very good play by Yukio. Very good play by Yukio. What is this thing that I've just clicked? Hold on a second. Scroll for details. I don't know what that was. So, whenever this is happening, you can't let it hit the back wall. We're going to go back a little bit here because there's a few things go wrong for G2. So remember what I said earlier about like not having to hit the ball as hard as you can away from your back wall. Sometimes it's better to keep it close to the back wall. This would have been one of those times. So watch once more. Watch once more. Kuxer hits it up on the wall. Rizzo here tries to jump off the wall and then boom it as hard as he can. Is that the best idea? I don't think so. I think there's the best option would probably be to just take a first touch, try and control it on the back wall, and then dribble it across the crossbar. Something that you see Cloud9 do a lot. Squishy's very good at this. So instead of jumping off the wall and then trying to boom the ball and failing, this is a huge, huge fail. He's just passed the ball to Yukio. He could have just controlled the ball on the back wall there. It would have been much better. I think a better, and even another better option than this is what he went for. Like if he really wants to boom the ball, delay his climb up the wall, wait for the ball to bounce on the wall, and then clang it. Like whenever you jump off the wall to try and fight against the ball's current direction of momentum by flipping into it, you're always going to be fighting a losing battle. Why not wait for the ball to bounce off the wall? Then the momentum is going in the same direction as you want it to be, and bang, you can add to that. What on earth are you guys spamming in chat? I'm not going to read this. JNap's caught a little bit flat-footed there. Felt like Yukio was shooting on target. Yukio might have been shooting on target here. Either way, the miss was better because Mystic is there. Jero Ranoa, thank you for the Prime sub. And Salam Akatori, thank you for the Prime sub as well. I appreciate that. Thoughts on Yukio this season? I think Yukio is, Yukio is unbelievable this season. I think Yukio Remco were the best non-Dignitas EU players. Also rounding out that list would be Chaussette. Yeah, probably just Chaussette. Chaussette, Yukio, and Remco were the best non-Dignitas players. We're not gonna have any number spam right now. Sorry, Olama. Trying to focus right now. I can't have number spam. Appreciate the 10 months of tier 1 though. If you're desperate to hear Brian like blurt out some numbers, I can put it back on. I'll replay that alert later. But really, you'll have to remind me. I can't do it right now though. Nice little 50-50 there by Rizzo. Like these 50-50s are really dangerous. Like when you fake dodging into the ball. See, Rizzo here doesn't actually want to 50-50 the ball. He wants Yukio to hit the ball into him and then for the ball to bounce off Rizzo and go center. See that? He just lets Yukio hit the ball into him. You'll see lower tier Rocket League players always flip into the ball in that position. If you put them in Rizzo's shoes, they'll always flip into the ball. Sometimes it's better not to because you don't want a volatile 50-50. Think about what happens when you flip into the ball there as Rizzo. The ball could very often just go zinging straight into the back wall and then into your half. That's pretty bad. It could go into the corner and into your half. That's pretty bad. It could ricochet across the face of the other team's goal to safety. That's pretty bad. Pretty much the only good outcome with a really volatile 50-50 is straight up into the ceiling. That's the only good outcome because Yukio's blocking the goal. So why not just try and keep the ball in a more controlled space? That's why he fades away from that challenge. Same thing applies for Rocket League 1v1. Forcing 50-50s in the opposition corner, not a good idea. Same for 2v2. Not a good idea to force 50-50s there. Because most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the ball is going to bounce into a position that favors the other team, and you're going to be out of the game. You're in the middle of a dodge. Yeah, that's the other bonus to not dodging into the 50-50 is you're still driving. You still have control. Very nice speed there by Kux. Like when you hear people say that Kux is a slow, methodical player, they're not talking about. I think. Hold on, we'll pause this. This is I think JNAP's dad, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know who anybody else in this picture is. Probably the Cloud9 fam up here. Like I was saying though, Kux isn't slow when he's going to the ball. He just doesn't like to throw himself into 50-50s and too many challenges. He likes to play with a bit more finesse. Go for a few more reads rather than just trying to wait and see where the ball bounces out and then throw himself in like Yukio does. Just like barreling in. Hi something and SimSam16. Thank you both for the Twitch Prime subs, by the way. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so Rizzo here was worried that somebody was going to go up for flip side. Nobody went up. Then he just tries to make the best of it. So that's something I'll back up one more time here just so we can take another look at this. This is something that I'm very curious about for the future of Rocket League. So touches like this where, Rizzo might be thinking Yukio's going for this. If Yukio does go for it, Rizzo's going to hit it to the right to go past Yukio, but Yukio doesn't. Now Rizzo's thinking, okay, how can I not give this ball away? And he just tries to like softly pop it into the middle. Now there's always the option to just deliberately miss. Well, not always, but sometimes there's the option to deliberately miss, and deliberately missing that ball might be a good idea. Because like we said earlier in the end of game 3, I think it was, where Kronovi could have left the ball for Rizzo. Here, Rizzo could just fly over that ball, maybe, and let the ball go back to JNAPS, who could then boom it into the other team's half while Rizzo recovers. Like when you go up for an aerial and then realize, wait a minute, this aerial's pretty pointless, leaving the ball, just flying past it, is sometimes a pretty good option. You never see that in professional Rocket League play though, and I think it's kind of because people are too, pro players don't want to miss aerials, because missing aerials is seen as like a newbie thing to do, and it's just not something that people or pro players are automatically programmed to do. But I think it could be a future thing, like just going for aerial fakes completely on purpose. Yeah, Kux again, not wanting to throw himself into a challenge here, just fading. He's fading away from that one. Tries to play it safer. I can't believe that no one is here though. Mystic did so well. Finally in comes Yukio. That's really good placement as well. What dodge by Mystic to take everybody out of the game though. Great placement by Yukio as well. thoughts of Panda in the final. Well, I don't know what Panda was thinking, but Panda, yeah, he played the worst series I've pretty much ever seen him play. So it's only up from here, I guess. That's the silver lining, is it can't possibly get any worse. Unless he gets benched, that would be pretty bad. Like if they have a bad E-League, then maybe he gets benched. That would be worse, I suppose. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen, though. Don't worry. All of you Dignitas fans, all 3 of you. So is ball chasing a new way of our LCS? Until people start seeing it coming, yes. Until people start to see, like, mainly, like, you know, Cloud9's epic ball chase challenges coming, they're gonna work. Like the reason ball chasing works is because people don't think that it's gonna be happening. Good shot by JNaps. It's about time that JNaps hit a banger like on a defended net. Very JNaps goal here. Just up quick, drills it on target. Goalkeeper just can't make it. Very JNapsy. But that's one of the first times he's done that this series. Not his first goal, but one of the first JNaps-ish goals. Yeah, so there's a new chant for LAN Vegas. There were a couple of new chants. JNaps Rizzo Kronovi being one of them. I think that was replicated for Cloud9, because you just need a couple of short. You need 3 players who have like kind of multiple syllables in the name, but like not too many. Like 2-2-3, I think it is. Squishy, Gimmick, and Torment. Same thing. Dog Beam, thanks for the 4 months in a row. Tier 1. Welcome back. This was a really like good series. NA kind of got dumpstered on day 1 at LAN Vegas with only all of the teams were in the loser bracket, right? They were all in loser bracket after day 1 with Chiefs and 3 EU teams in the winner bracket. But it wasn't because there's a huge gulf in class between NA and EU, or EU and the rest of the world. It was pretty much because, what do you call them? It was just like close games. Like every game was really, really close. That's what I would put it down to. Just realized the face cam's kind of blurry over here. I'll try and fix that. But yeah, what do you guys think about that series? I'm going to be doing a couple more of these for this season of our LCS. Gonna definitely do the grand final. Probably do Cloud9 versus Flipside as well, because that was a great series. What other series do you guys want me to do? I'm not going to do any today, but I'll do more in the future for sure. Just let me know which ones. C9 versus Weedham Girls. That wasn't the best series though. It was a bit of a flop. Chiefs NRG is a good series. That's true. That's a very good one.